Hey guys, Chart Stoppers back with another video. In this channel we take a look at different stocks and map out their key support and resistance areas on their chart. It's important to know these areas before buying any stock, and it's also important to know what kind of a trend a stock is in before you buy into it. Support and resistance is one of the most important things you should know about a stock before you either buy or sell. And also, if you're doing any day trading, swing trading, or options, you are definitely going to want to get familiar with support and resistance. Just to let you know, I am not a financial expert. These videos are for educational purposes only, but I am here to point out key factors on the charts which do impact the price action of a stock. And I also provided a link in the description for Webull. You could use it to start an account and get 2 free stocks. And I also provided a link for Robinhood. You could use that to start an account and get 1 free stock. And just to let you know, we will be doing 3 videos per week on 3 different stocks. So if you have a recommendation, leave a comment below and I'll try to get to it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification button so you don't miss out on any new videos. Okay, so let's get into the market today. Today is May 12th, 2021, and you could see here it is a big red day today in all sectors here. The S&P 500 is down 1.68%. The Dow Jones is down 1.34 or 1.39%, and the Nasdaq is getting killed today, down 2.29%. And as you could see up here, when the market opened today, it was just another big sell-off today, and everything continues to sell off through the day. We haven't really hit the low. I mean, we did hit the lows of the day around noon. We recovered a little bit, but it looks like it is starting to sell off again. So be careful out there with what you're doing in your trades. These hedge funds are really starting to ramp up their selling in their short positions, especially on these growth stocks. So watch out what you're doing out there and trade accordingly to the markets. Okay, so let's get into the stock I wanted to take a look at today. I want to do one on PayPal. I want to go over their chart and a little bit of some fundamentals that's been going on with the company. They did just have earnings on May 6th or May 5th right here. So I wanted to go over what's been happening ever since then. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, PayPal is currently trading at $240.52 today. They are down $8.04, which is the equivalent of 3.23%. And their market cap right now is $293.76 billion. Their PE ratio is 55.5. And for those of you who don't know what PayPal does, they're basically the largest digital platform that provides money transfer services. Okay, the fast-growing company remains one of the top stocks in today's stock market. So let's go over a little bit about their earnings that just happened a couple days ago, and we'll see what we could find in there. They have a track record of earnings and sale growth stretching back from 2010. In 2010, it earned only 29 cents per share, but in 2019, the company reported an EPS of $2.96 per share. And in 2020, their earnings grew 31% to $3.88 a share. And analysts expect the company, their earnings per share to grow 22% in 2021 and another 24% in 2022. So that is huge growth for this company in the past and also going forward. So in the last quarter, when they reported their earnings on May 5th, their earnings jumped to $1.22 per adjusted share from a year earlier as e-commerce continued to boom during the coronavirus, okay? And they said their revenue rose 29% to $6.03 billion. The estimate was, I think, $5.9 billion, so they beat that by 29%. So PayPal has a direct correlation with Square. They are kind of rivals in the Cash App space. Square has Cash App and PayPal has Venmo. They started off as person-to-person money transfer services for family members and friends, and now they've evolved into broad consumer financial services apps that fuel growth for these leaders in the field of digital payments. Okay, so in late November, PayPal launched a cryptocurrency trading services allowing clients to buy and sell Bitcoin. And in addition, PayPal customers, they will also be able to use cryptocurrencies to shop at 28 million stores on its network starting in early 2021, so earlier this year. And on April 20th of this year, PayPal, they announced crypto on their Venmo platform. So this new feature, it allows customers to use these three types of cryptocurrency plus Bitcoin Cash, and they can view trends and make transactions on crypto. So it started rolling out, and it will be available for all customers directly on Venmo app in the next coming weeks. So let's take a look at their chart here. You could see their 52-week high was $309.14. They hit that on February 16th, and that was actually when the correction has started. It started right around the middle of February in the NASDAQ. So you see it did drop off a lot since then, okay? So we did lose our support level, which was around $274 or $275 here, during this correction, and we've dropped all the way to our support, which it's trading at right now around $240. That is a pretty strong support that has held up through this correction. You saw it dip below that here and there, but it has mainly held up during this correction. So we're looking at pretty strong support around $240 here, and it looks like it's trading right above that right now. So moving down on our chart, you could see our next major support level will be around $175 here. So that's our next major support. You could see there is a little bit of support around the $210 mark right in here. So I'll probably draw a line there on our chart, but this isn't major support. We did see it hold up right in here. It was former resistance. So, we'll be looking at that if it continues to fall. And also we're getting pretty close to our 200-day moving average on the daily chart. So that'll be also support if it does continue to fall past this support right here. So the 200-day moving average is currently sitting at $225.53. So that will be a level to watch if it does if this correction continues and the stock continues to fall past this 240 support right here, which I don't expect, but we will see in the future because a lot of people are calling for a major correction to happen in the S&P and the Dow. The NASDAQ has already had a correction of about 10%, but we will see if these growth stocks continue to fall even after the big earnings report they just came out with showing huge growth in the company. We'll see what happens there. So you could see on my chart here, I have this big green line here, and this is the trend that it's been on for the past year. It started out at the low right here in March of 2020 during COVID, and it continues all the way up until now. You could see we had touch off the line right here, almost a touch right here. It did touch the trend line right here, and right here currently where we're at right now, it has fallen below our trend line here. So this will be something to watch also. You could see it did try to recover yesterday, but today it did gap down, and it tried to recover throughout today, got rejected off this trend line. So that's going to be something to watch going forward if we could get back above this green line and continue trading to the upside off of our trend line. So now that we've lost our trend line here, we need to find support somewhere else. So I switched over to my weekly chart from my daily chart here, and I could see that my trend line is exactly following the 30-day moving average on my weekly chart. So, sometimes you got to switch over to larger time frames. The weekly chart is a great tool to use. I use it alongside with the daily chart and the 4-hour chart to watch for trends and reversals. So I switched over here, and I could see that right now, currently, we are sitting at our 30-day moving average on our weekly chart. So that is acting as support. You could see along this trend line here, we have never closed below on the weekly chart below our 30-day moving average, going back to around COVID time, which it did fall below there briefly, but it did recover after that. So, this will be something to watch for the rest of this week to see if we can maintain this 30-day moving average and stay above that. If it doesn't stay above that, then I would say we are probably going to be heading down towards, our 200-day moving average on the daily chart. As I switch back to the daily chart, we would probably end up dropping to this for our next support level right here. So you're going to have to watch around $225 if it does keep falling. And hopefully, we would see our 200-day moving average keep this stock up. Otherwise, we would fall down to around the $208 level. Okay, so what should we do right now with this stock? I would be kind of watching it. It definitely is a buy. I mean, this stock, it's a great growth company. It's one of the best stocks you can invest in. One of the best growth stocks right now. The company reports amazing numbers. It's just growing exponentially, and they're expected to keep growing in the next couple years. So I would be definitely looking into getting into this stock for a long-term play. Even short-term, I would expect to see this recover after all this volatility goes away in the market and everything gets back to normal here. But nobody knows exactly when that's going to be. We have fears of inflation. We have a lot of fears in the market, a lot of stuff going on with supply chain issues, chip shortages, gas line issues going on right now. So, there's a lot of stuff going on in the market that is not good news. So it's causing all these stocks to sell off. But this one is definitely one to look at if you're looking for a nice long-term investment. As you can see, the growth is already, you already had a nice run in this stock, and it looks like it's gearing up for its next leg higher as it's consolidating around this $240 support line right here. And if you're already holding this stock, I would probably wait and see, try to average down as close as it could get to this 225 if it does fall below this 240. But right now at $240, this would be a great time to start buying this stock and see if it does bounce off this support. You've seen it hit around here before, and it does fairly well and hold up around this area. It did drop below briefly right here on March 8th during the worst of the correction, and it quickly recovered back up, and we went all the way back up to 275 around that area. So you could see, this is a strong support area. It would be a good time to start buying, maybe nibbling just to see what it's going to do in the next couple days or the rest of this week to see how far this sell-off goes. But, you could see here, all these companies have had great earnings during this earnings season. A lot of, great companies came out with great numbers, and this one was no exception. They had great numbers, great projected growth, great revenue, and all these stocks are selling off on good news. So this is a perfect time to start grabbing some of these companies like this one and trying to play it for the bounce off of this bottom here, because eventually someone's going to start coming in and buying these up after they fall to an attractive level. And I think around 240 is a good level to be buying this stock. It's been sitting here for a little bit. It did see a bounce right here, made like an M pattern. You also saw almost pretty much a cup and handle right here situation. So this could be, this is the cup right in here, and they call it a cup and handle. So it looks like a cup with a handle, and with the cup and handle, you see the handle comes down to a support area, and then it bounces up to go on and make a new high. So this could be what we're looking at here, this nice cup and a handle coming down, hitting the support, and moving up to make a higher high. Okay, so be on the lookout for that. And that's just a little trading idea you could have there. I'd be watching to see if it will come back above this green line, and once I see that, that would be also a good time to strike too for a trade. So I'll be watching this also in the next couple days, because this is a very interesting company to get involved with, because they do have so much projected growth and revenue with these earnings coming out. So that's just my quick update on PayPal. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and make sure your notification is on so you don't miss out on any new videos like this. And I'll see you next time on Chart Stoppers.